Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a arena game for you. This is probably the first time I've played arena in a long time, and it seems that I haven't forgotten how to play this game on arena, and you'll understand why. But yep, this is the first arena game, and yeah, I am playing as the Goths, and we have Taki-san as Mayans. We have, of course, Shadowfax as Aztecs. We have Chinese as MXP. And we have Mobitel05 as Franks. And we have Spanish Estoir. I'm not sure how you say that, but Estoir 334. So you're probably immediately thinking, I am Goths, and I don't really and one of the things is I don't really realize I am Goths, and the fact that I can't make stone walls comes to me a bit later, and I do make a mistake where I delete one of my walls and I'm not able to repair it back, and that's the moment in the game when I find out I am actually playing as the Goths. Sometimes I get into this weird habit of I'm sure a lot of players do, where they focus completely on their starting build and they forget that what civ they are, what civ the enemies are. They forget to check all that, and and we'll see. So I'm gonna speed up here, and we've got the poker players here. They're gonna be mostly free from most of the action, like all arena games. But we're gonna see a lot of action between the side players here and the side players here. Like always, there are relics, there are wolves on the map, and there seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't find the fifth relic. Oh well, but there are relics, and there are plenty of choices, and we are going to be relatively safe. But of course, like every arena game, for some reason the map generates some sort of weird map. And look at this. Look at this. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm Goths, and the fact that two of my boars and my deer are outside of my walls. So not only do I have to go all the way around this bush here, which is so conveniently placed for the boar. I have to come around here, attract the boar, and then go all the way back. And for this one, my god, for this one I have to come all the way around here, come all the way back. And because I am Goths, I am going to get that plus. I'm not sure I forgot how much attack power they have against boars. They do a lot more damage against boars than any other civ, the villagers. So I'm going to end up in a situation where I nearly end up killing this villager because of this obstruction here, that the boar seems to have some sort of weird pathing and cannot choose which way he wants to move, and we're gonna see that happening right now actually. And here at the same time, when I'm lowering my boar, which is already hard enough as it is, we're seeing blue, and we're gonna see blue come back. This is what I see. We're gonna see blue come back and try and do something to this villager who's gonna be taking that boar. And look at this. Look at this. Because of all those times I've been hitting the villager, attracting its attention, because if I stop attacking it, it keeps going back. So I ended up nearly killing the boar right there and there. But if I had done so, I would have built a mill, and I would have taken a mill there and just simply palisaded around it and just defended it for a bit. But luckily I do manage it. But for this boar, I do break down the wall, and I really can't be bothered, seeing as though I nearly messed up the boar run here and the threat the scout possesses. So I end up breaking one of the walls, take it back, and when I go to repair the wall in feudal age, I am Goths and I can't rebuild back. But yeah, I've been chasing this villager, and I've completely forgot about this scout chasing this this scout cavalry of blues, and I end up going from my base chasing all the way, and we're gonna see here. Let me just increase the speed, and we're gonna end up seeing I don't know how. I should have been more attentive towards my scout, and I end up going inside his base and being killed there from here. So I lost a lot of my scouting potential, and it does. As you can see, one of the most common strategies is to go castle age and to do a castle drop near the wall line. So potentially this is a good castle location because it can control this gold mine. As long as the castle stands, the gold mine is not. They cannot use the gold mine. And seeing as though these are the only 2 gold mines inside of his base that are simply meant to be protected, and I've already taken one, it is quite a huge blow if the battle prolongs and the castle stays up. So that's why it's very valuable to have that scout and scout where the walls are, because obviously you can't see where your enemy's walls are. You generally have an idea thanks to boars dying and villagers dying, and you can see where their town center is roughly. For all those who didn't know, if you are playing nomad games, if you've got the time and you're playing a nomad game and you've somehow managed to, as you're getting your villagers across, you've somehow managed to scout a bit of a map. When you play nomad, check those areas that you have explored but do not have do not have your vision there, your LOS there. You might see sheeps, deers, or even boars being killed, and that's your potential location for your villagers, and around that area that's where your enemy will be. But again, the same can be said for this, but of course you can't see the wall, so you're gonna have to, I lost my scouting potential, so I didn't have the ability to scout. So when I do go for that castle rush, I do drop it here simply because I see that, and I potentially make out, I use this wood line here to assume that this wall is going to be somewhere around here. So I do end up making a castle here to attack, be on the offensive for red. And we are finally seeing everyone going up to the feudal age. Yellow a bit behind, but nothing to worry about really. And looking at our scores, they seem to be fairly even. Our team is slightly on the lower side, but that's not too much to worry about. It's one of the reasons why I did attempt to rush and completely try and destroy one of their teammates, or suppress their teammates, because of our team not being in the best of positions. Because I thought we had the weaker team, so that's why I thought I need to kill red ASAP, and that's my plan of action. We're seeing a town center out here, and this is actually not a bad town center. If blue does have access to 2 relics, so it'd be actually a good thing to actually build a monastery. And some of these low rated games, people don't focus on the relics. As in, I don't see people focusing on the relics. Even me, I'll be honest with you, when I did play this game, I didn't focus on the relics, and I didn't even build a monastery this game to get the relics. And sometimes the relics, like you see high rated players actually fight over relic positions, or they have at least one monk collecting the relics, as it is quite powerful. But we see, as low rated players, we do seem to forget that, and take this as a reminder, I guess. But yeah, so you can immediately see at the same time I am gonna make a castle here. Shadowfax, beautiful castle placement here. And if we have a look at Shadowfax, this is what he sees. So he's scouted the area. He knows where the walls are, and he has seen this location. What a superb location. Not only does he end up taking, if I'm correct in saying, yep, that is his stone mine, and that is also his gold mine. That not only has he taken both the gold of grey, and he has taken the stone as well, and he's gonna We're gonna see a siege workshop coming up as well. So he's gonna do a full-on rush. And meanwhile, I'm also doing a full-on rush on this side, and I've nearly broken through here. I'm gonna lose a villager to this scout. I wasn't paying attention. I try and see if there is a wall here, and I just simply wall it off so you can't really come back and harass my villagers around or go around or do some other sneaky stuff. And here, red is actually making in this sort of position where he does have the walls. I mean, if we go look at who is red? Yep, that's a nice shot there. If we go look at red, he does have the LOS to notice that I have built a siege workshop. I have built a castle. So really, you should have built a workshop here. Not a workshop, a siege workshop, and should have built some mangonels to try and deal with my mangonels. Otherwise, or rams. Otherwise, you're gonna end up losing your mangonels. But here we're seeing a beautiful shot here actually. Jaguar warriors versus pikemen. Not the greatest of choice. Jaguar warriors they excel at killing infantry, and simply it seems like Shadowfax is in the better position. He scores higher. He's been killing a lot more. He's in a generally better position. I have 2 mangonels out. I'm forcing down this town center. There are villagers. There are idols here. I've got a squadron of two Huskarls just trying to protect my rams. But I see the number of Blue's villagers. Blue increasing his night production, so I force build another castle here and try and get this town center to go down, control this stone line as well. And then now on this side Grey is pressured so much. He honestly needs to get some sort of siege workshop so he can also counteract these mangonels. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same position as red, where I'm going to have free reign to just tear down your castles. In this here, I push in and try and build an outpost to see what's going on, but I still see even more knights. And at this point, I realize that blue is here, and I'm going to be fighting blue. So I end up building a barracks to try and make some spearmen and such. But if you're paying attention to the map, you're probably seeing a massive line of blue, and yep, blue is attempting to take over my base. But of course, at the time I'm simply oblivious. I cannot see this at all. It doesn't help the fact that even if I cannot repair in time, or I cannot react in time, and it's a shame I didn't react in time, or I would have been in a better position. So I end up taking forcing with the help of spearmen, Huskarls, I end up taking this forward base and pressuring red a lot. Red has been forced to move to this side, move a large chunk of his eco there. But on this side, the amount of harassment, the amount of villagers dying by the hands of a green has forced MXP Grey to resign. And at this point, I'm very ecstatic, very happy about the situation, until the moment Grey resigns. I am being attacked by rams, and I don't realize it. And that's the thing. And if I did realize it, I would have used all my units, moved them back, but I do not realize it at all. And this is a large army. Look at the amount of rams. He's probably expecting some sort of castle being put up, some sort of resistance. But as you can see, there is no resistance. There's just villagers working hard, and there's nothing I can do about it. Meanwhile, green has focused its attention on this side of blue's base. So while my base is going to most likely get destroyed, and it is going to get destroyed, villages are going to die left, right and center. I make a stupid decision to try and build some castles here, but the best choice in this position would have been to immediately see the threat was coming and move all my villagers to red's base and try and hold up here. But I didn't do that. We got monks, skirmishers, mangonels, rams, all sorts of units, combinations of units coming up, and we're gonna see a castle popping up. We're gonna see a castle to castle battle here. Meanwhile, my base, many villagers have died. My population has taken a massive hit. I'm only at 27 villages now. Meanwhile, I bring my army that was over at Red's base. I'm trying to build some more pikemen, but on this side I don't have murder holes, so I can't really take down these units here. But Red again made another mistake. He should have went into siege workshops and some rams, and that would have been the best option to try and take down this castle, regain your base, and really, while I am dying, while I am weak, that would have been the best time to completely eradicate my forward bases, regain your base, and perhaps get back into the game and help out your teammate. Because looking at it now, his red score is pretty decent. He's building a lot of knights, he's building that army. He's simply being forced and occupied by my castles. Here blue tried to force drop a castle, but unfortunately the amount of units that green has is outnumbers the amount of forces that are defending blue's base. In reality, all these units should be brought back. You have caused sufficient damage to me to drop my score, to destroy my base. It would be a good thing to come back and defend your own base. But having said that, he does try and escape, but he ends up being chased by yellow. This is the first time we're seeing yellow in this space. He's Imperial Age, and yellow has been just booming up, doing whatever he wants, and eventually when my base is destroyed, yellow has come and is gonna most likely wipe clean all these knights in my base. I've made a little base here and I'm gonna try and get back into the game. Meanwhile, the number of rams and the number of the offensive power of green at this moment, having taken down the castle and having built another castle here, phenomenal. What a great push, what a great offensive from one base to the next. Meanwhile, blue's army, blue has built more town centers here to try and hold his position here, but unfortunately he won't be able to. Yellow has arrived and green is now in. We're gonna see the same thing. These Jaguar warriors are just gonna ravage everything. Rams and rams coming out for Shadowfax, and all of these units will die. It seems like he wants to go towards the woodline, but unfortunately the game has ended. What a great game, and what a great game this was. I have to say, thank you Yellow for coming at right at the last second to help me. It would have been nicer had you come earlier, but I got help and I can't complain about that. But yeah, mistakes were made on all sides, I think, a lot. For example, Red having not going into siege workshops earlier, bringing them rams. I think if he had a mangonel and he started building mangonels as well, I think the attack on his base would have been a lot. It would have been better, because it would have made me it would have made me focus on microing my mangonels to the point of where I don't simply have to get my mangonels, attack your town center, and your town center goes down. I'll have to worry about my mangonels potentially being destroyed by one of your mangonels, and he should have done that earlier. And also using siege to take out these castles. Great, you're making knights. Great, you've got the eco, but really, one siege ram that was in here, coupled by a couple of knights protecting that siege ram, would have taken care of this castle, would have taken care of this. Perhaps you would have even came here and at the time, had you done so, maybe destroyed me completely. But yeah, not to mention green, great move in terms of going at harassing grey to the point where he resigned very early, and then moving on to blue. And I think one of the things that grey should not have done is hold on to the very last minute, because the only reason why green moved to attack blue is because grey was done and grey was out of the game. If grey wasn't out of the game and Green had to completely force his way through, destroy everything to the very last villager, that would have meant that Blue's base was defended, Red's base here was defended, potentially this location would have been gone. That would have meant that we would have seen Yellow being a major player in defending against Blue and Red. And at the time, I do believe it would have. But Grey, honestly, he resigned too early. And yeah, that basically made Green able to attack Blue directly. And since Blue's main army force was in my base, decimating it, he had no choice but to give up. And that's really that's a shame. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This was Arena. I might play some more Arena and start talking about my Arena games as well. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.